Buckroll.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah, give me the words and I got the flow. See, I don't gotta write, I got the Holy Ghost. Yeah, that's called a ghost writer. Jeremiah 5:14, that's so fire.
Isaiah 14, and when I retire, out of captivity I broke the iron. Who that is coming out of Mount Zion? Woolly hair, looking like a lion.
1,000 men marching with no drums on, no trombone, just boots on. Use our voices screaming out, take care of your homes, take care of your wives, take care of your own.
Now we standing out here in the valley of the bones. This place called America, this is not your home. This is like a tomb, place where you died at. Now I resurrecting, trying to bring the 12 tribes back.
I came on a slave shipping,
And I ain't even like that.
put my neck in the rope, and
I couldn't even fight back.
sold on an auction block. Took a
Read that for us, officer, starting from the top.
Nets owner Joe Tsai released a statement on Kyrie Irving.
Joe Tsai is a Moabite. He's a Chinese person that owns the Nets along probably with some other people and things of that nature. But he's a Chinese person. It says he released a statement on Kyrie Irving coming back to his God as the original people. Read it.
I'm disappointed that Kyrie appears to support a film based on a book full of anti-Semitic disinformation. I want to sit down and make sure he understands.
Oh, golly. You know how bad that is? Hey, I'm going to sit down with him and make sure he understands he stepped outside of the box that we made for him.
Damn.
The hush money that we gave him when he signed the contract,
Right.
he ain't quiet no more. He's violating the terms of the contract.
How much you getting again?
$43 million a year. That's how much Kyrie's getting paid. I want to sit down with him and make sure he understands his place. That's what he's saying behind those words. Go back to it. Go back to it. Read it.
I want to sit down and make sure he understands this is hurtful to all of us. And as a man of faith, it is wrong to promote hate based on race, ethnicity, or religion.
Okay, so that's what the owner of the Brooklyn Nets said, right?
But Cap, I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why they never went after Jeff Bezos?
We gonna get there. We gonna get there. I know y'all want to jump in. We gonna get there. Go to the next image because this happens on. I think this is what the New York Post that brought this out. Look what now since he's coming back to not wanting to be a nigga like they labeled us. Look what they said. Read it.
O'Connor.
No. Read the big ass bold print in your face.
What a waste.
They say his life.
Damn.
Him playing for them. What
go.
a waste of a nigga.
Right.
What a waste of a slave we paid money for.
Stop.
I thought y'all brought him.
Entertain us.
There you go.
I thought
Entertain.
Come on now,
I thought y'all
dawg.
brought him in for a championship.
Right.
All that money that
What a waste. He's actually trying to be conscious.
There you go.
Hey, Cap, if you go back to the thumbnail thing that they did on Kyrie. You see in the front row, they came
Go
out.
back to it. Pull it up.
Oh yeah.
They came out and they probably tried to set up camp. They tried to set up camp on Kyrie Irving.
Yeah.
I wish somebody threw him a
intimidate
hard
him. Come
ball
on
and he
now,
dived
dog.
through the whole crowd.
Yeah.
Shoot, throw the ball this way.
The hell is this?
You know what that
What's
is?
going on?
That is bullying.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what that is.
Yep.
That's exactly
Nobody
what that
said
is.
nothing about that. Nobody said nothing about that
Sit
right there.
right front row on his side.
Read that, O'Connor.
Team side.
O'Connor. Kyrie could have owned City, but intolerable behavior tarnishes it all. Irving ducks media after Nets and skid.
So they say that he could have came in there. He could have been the top shining Negro and a beacon to all the Negroes in Brooklyn. But he wasted it on trying to return back to his God.
Right.
To be for his own people.
To be for his own people.
That's
Posting
right.
stuff for his people. He has wasted his championship ambitions here. So it's now look at this. This is the worst part about it. That as we come to try to get closer to God. Give me that in James. Watch this. As we take our steps to get closer to God, those that seem to be of high esteem to us are going to be some of our greatest adversaries. I want you to read this in James, and look what God says to do. James chapter 4, and I want you to read verse 7 and 8.
James chapter 4 and verse 7. Submit yourselves, therefore, to God. Resist the devil, and he will flee from you.
Resist the devil means to resist the things that Satan offers you in this world.
Yeah.
The temptations that he gives you. That's the same stuff that he offered Christ.
Right.
Where he said, if you bow down, I give you all the power you want. For it's unto me to give it to who I will. I'm the prince of the air of this world. But we are trying to flee or resist the devil and flee from him so that he flees from us, but we get ostracized and alienized and
blackballed,
smeared, or our character gets smeared when we try to flee from the devil. Read verse 8.
Verse 8. Draw nigh to God.
That's the only way you can draw nigh to God, is you resist the temptations that Satan puts in front of you in this world. When you deny your God. That's the only way you can draw nigh to God, if you resist the temptations that Satan provides you. Read on.
And he will draw nigh to you.
He's trying to draw nigh to us because he can't be around us when we are occupied in sin.
Right.
He will flee that. We can't be occupied. We can't have 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You can't be lukewarm. You can't serve God and mammon like Jesus the Christ said. But if you draw nigh to God, he will draw nigh to you. That's what he wants. He wants his children to return back to him in righteousness, not as the niggas that they made us to be in this world, like Bishop Yawasop said. We can't return to God on our own terms. We have to flee the things that Satan has laid out in front of us as trinkets, as what is held in high esteem here. Read on.
Cleanse your hands, ye sinners. And purify your hearts, ye double-minded.
Now look what happens when we try to purify our hearts.
Be afflicted.
No, stop right there. Look what happens when we try to purify. No, you can do it. It's you can say something when the white man comes against you. You expect that. You know that they are your arch enemy in your soul. You know.
Right.
But when your own people try to stifle you from coming back to God and want you to remain in that sin that you are in, that hurts you to your heart.
Oh, yeah.
Pull up what everybody's favorite player was in the early 2000s said about Kyrie. Pull it up. Y'all know what we used to call him? Shaq Diesel.
Yeah. Yep.
He's the big jolly giant. Everybody loves Shaq. Look what he said about Kyrie. Play that. Oh, read that.
It hurts me sometimes when we have to sit up here and talk about stuff that divides the game. That we got to answer for what this idiot has done.
He called him out.
Take a few steps back.
Wow. Hey, Cap, something like that, when you got your own people, when you are trying to stand up for your people, and then you got your own people turning on you, it makes you feel like the whole world is against you.
There you go.
That's a shame.
It do.
That is a damn shame to see that, man.
Yep.
A lot of people look up to him.
Now,
and at this crucial period where your people is standing and waiting to hear from your mouth, to see something positive, some type of support for your brother to come out, and then you go ahead and take the back route.
Yeah.
You support the enemy. That's so sad.
Hey, you know what you just said in the post? Now it kind of makes it clear for me why Joseph Arimathea, why he was a disciple of Christ in secret. Because if he was public, his own people would have went against him.
Yeah, the Pharisees, the scribes would have came after him.
And
exactly.
Shaq would have been better off. He would have never said nothing.
That's
because the scripture talks
says
about
that.
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
The scripture talks about fool. If he holds his silence, it's like he's wise. He might as well not say nothing.
But
he didn't have to weigh on it.
He has to say
there
something.
You go.
To keep his M's.
No, it ain't the M's. Nigga, get out there and destroy your own people.
Yeah.
Damn. Fall in line to this Willie Lynch letter. We're going to be called racist if we do it, so we're going to send you, and you better go.
There's a clip, the old Roots movie. I don't know if we got it, but the old Roots movie, when they started whipping Kunta, it wasn't Esau doing it. They put Jake up in there, his own brother, to hit him with the whip.
Yep.
Okay, it's the same thing. You got the brother holding the whip. You got Diesel holding the whip now. You got other brothers coming up speaking against him right back.
Pull up the article and show who else. We're going to go through this. Go pull up that article.
Idiot, Kyrie Irving should have been...
No, you skipped the top, man.
Look, who's that?
Charles Barkley.
That's
Charles Barkley.
Holding the whip for Esau.
He's whipping him with Shaq.
Man.
Read it again.
Charles Barkley. Idiot, Kyrie Irving should have been suspended.
Both of them called him idiots. Turned on him quick. It wasn't just him. Go to the next one.
Come on now, dog.
A guy named Bomani. Let's play that.
Wow.
What should the Nets do about Kyrie or about this out of line, out of pocket slave? Play it.
Do you think they should be speaking out on this subject and hold some accountability as well in terms of leadership here, KD specifically?
Well, I think if you want to make it specific to Durant, maybe we're having a bit of a conversation. And I'm honestly not sure where I am about that, because I do think that these are treacherous waters for a lot of people, and they would prefer not to be roped into Kyrie's controversy just because he wants to act a fool. The thing about the rest of the team is Kyrie Irving exists as leader. Like, for those of us who are a little bit older, I think we have a tendency to look at guys as still being young like they were when they came in the league. But this is Kyrie Irving in what I believe is his 11th season. Those dudes that are down the roster look at Kyrie Irving as something different. Like, that's somebody for them to look up to. So no, they're not going to come out and say anything about what is really the leader of their team. And that's another reason why I look at it for the Nets. Like, can you have a dude that is really existing as the leader of your team, but you can't trust him to talk in front of people in public? Because the whole thing about not making him available there speaks to me why I would not have him on the team. He refuses to back down, and you can't put him back out there because
Pause
he's
it.
going to go.
What did that nigga say? Oh, sorry.
Sorry, my bad. You said it right.
Lord forgive me.
No, you spoke
What
right.
did that brother say?
You spoke right.
He refuses to bow down. He said back down. He refuses to bow down to the oppressor. Like the rest of us has, like Shaq did, like Charles Barkley did. He refuses to bow down like the rest of us.
Hey, Cap, A said on Biblical Smoke, if they acting like niggas, you can call them niggas.
Okay, all praises. He said he refuses. I just wanted to bring it up. He refused to bow down. You can't put him out there speak for the rest of the niggas because he's different. He might be one of 1,000.
Right.
You can't put him out there in front of people. You got to hide him because one man can influence millions of people. Look what Bishop Nathaniel's done with Israel United in Christ.
Right.
Starting this back in 2013.
That's
one
right.
man has influenced millions. And, It's 2003, right? 2003. Influenced millions of people, more people than we can even imagine. Cause I was telling, speaking to him earlier, I said, type in Kyrie on TikTok and look how many people, when you scroll, hundreds of videos of how many people know that we Israel and that we are Semitic.
Right.
Hundreds of videos. People you would just walk by and be like, oh, they don't know they Israel. But in their mind, it's the seed has been planted. We Israel, we Semitic, we the chosen people of God.
Right.
They've got this skin upon them, but they don't have the breath within yet.
That's right.
God reserving them is what it says in Romans, right? I have 7,000 that haven't bowed the knee. They reserved right now. But you got these that's saying he won't bow down. Go to the next video.
And while we switch over, I hope you heard what he said. If he was the owner of that team, he would have let him go.
Yeah,
he would have to let him go.
Yep.
So that'll let you know he would do worse
than the heathen.
I'm telling you, this is crazy.
Cap, when you said that means if I was
was up,
over the Brooklyn
if
Nets,
if I was
the general manager,
if I was the taskmaster,
there you go.
If
Holding
I
the whip,
was the overseer,
there you go. There you go.
I'd make sure he wouldn't upset you no more, boss.
Right.
Yeah. That's what he just said.
Go to the next video.
Kyrie would have you believe he has done his research and that he knows. And oh, by the way, I'm not gonna waste my energy trying to explain to y'all because y'all are not going to get it. And what y'all are saying is, then what the hell you posted on social media for? He doesn't get it, but he thinks you don't get it. He thinks we don't get it. We're the lost souls. We don't comprehend. And that's what I'm trying to get to the bottom of this. The reason why I can say that is that it's applicable to everything. When he was in Cleveland and there was issues with LeBron.
You cut it. So he's painting a picture where he's always a consistent problem.
There you go.
Damn.
He's a troublemaker. Wow. He's a troubler of Israel.
He keep running off the plantation.
You know what?
You might as well chop off his foot.
Damn.
That's what he's saying. I'm just translating, y'all.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else he's saying? He's saying, listen, you making it hard for me. These Edomites are coming at me and saying, what's wrong with this nigga?
Yeah.
That's what they're saying. Like, what? That's what Charles Barkley said. What was the other one?
Shaq. Bomani Jones.
Yeah, it's like, you making it hard for us.
Give me that Acts 17 and 6. This is really what they are saying about him. And we're going to keep going. This is really what they're saying. And they say it's about all of us. That's why they separate themselves from us. Our family separate. If you are 10 toes down in this truth, and you stand up for the Most High God, your family separates themselves from you. They don't want to be around you.
Yeah.
The only reason you see them is because you still go around them.
Right.
How do we know that? When Christ was out doing the work, they told him, they said, hey, your mother and your brothers is out there to see you. Christ said, who's my mother and father but those that believe in the word of God and keep his commandments? They would already wasn't following him. They wasn't around him. They had to go and find him. So anytime that you're around, if you ain't 10 toes down with that, that means that you going to see them because they are automatically going to separate themselves from you. You know why? Because light and darkness cannot exist in the same place.
Yep.
Evil and wickedness cannot exist in the same place. Somebody going to have to give in. Give me that Acts chapter 17, verse 6. This is what they're saying about him. And all of us. Go ahead.
Acts chapter 17 and verse 6. And when they found them not, they drew Jason and certain brethren unto the rulers of the city.
They took him. They took him to the executives. Yeah. They took him to the top, the head honchos, the NBA commissioner. They took him to the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, and said what?
Crying, these that have turned the world upside down are come hither also.
Kanye and Kyrie know now. They are trying to turn the world upside down, and now Kyrie's trying to do it too. Look what he said on Twitter. We got to send out his own people to chop him down.
There you go. Right.
Go to the other video. Because look at this. You've been wondering, where's Amari Stoudemire in all of this?
Oh,
damn.
Where's this dude that says that he's an Israelite? Where's all of it? Where he been at defending Kanye? Why ain't he defending Kyrie? Where he been up speaking for him? Because he says, where's that video? As I forgot to tell you to find it. Find the video of what he said when he first came out. Amari Stoudemire.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Play this and look what he said against his own people that's saying what he say. Play it.
All right, so this is all the on-the-court stuff as it surrounds the Brooklyn Nets. But as most people are aware, there's a lot more to this story.
Look,
the Nets now are being advised by the Anti-Defamation League on how to handle Kyrie.
He's standing in between the damn slave master and the damn overseer. And watch when he starts speaking.
The hell is this? Kyrie Irving's social media post of last week that linked to a movie filled with anti-Semitic rhetoric. For the second straight night after their game, the Nets did not make Irving available to the media. Here's their general manager, Sean Marks.
We don't want to cause more fuss right now, more interaction with people. Like, let's let him simmer down, and let's let this whole. I guess let's.
Cause if that ain't slave talk,
yeah.
Let that nigga simmer down.
Right.
Put him in the hot box.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, let us whip him first for
hang him about his neck on his tippy toes for the rest of the niggas to see and let him simmer down.
They said we didn't want to let him speak to the media, so therefore he's not gonna speak to the media.
Yeah,
so that means
he can't speak to y'all.
Yeah.
He control their voice.
He's a bad slave.
He's on timeout.
Right.
Damn.
He's out in the back picking extra cotton. let him simmer down.
Right.
Let him simmer down.
Go back to it now.
With people, like, let's let him simmer down, and let's let this whole. I guess let's the cooler minds prevail, and I think we need to go out and become, educate ourselves, educate the whole group, and get some direction. Seek from the experts, and the experts is, one of them is certainly the ADL.
Woj, this has obviously created an enormous uproar. What is the latest as far as the team, the league, and anything else the fans should know?
Yeah, listen, the league sent out, as did the Players Association yesterday.
Skip what he's saying. I don't give a damn what the hell he's saying.
That for sharing.
I will get straight to the tall.
A lot of people would like to hear. And again, I'll remind you, were there last year, so you have a relationship with Kyrie. What is your perspective on all of it?
Well, I think Woj is right. I mean, you have to give an apology. And because if you're going to promote a documentary that has false allegations inside of it, and you may not understand that these allegations that's inside the documentary.
Pause it. He already said that this nigga got to bow down and come over to keeping these Amalek Israeli Jewish ways.
Right.
He can't be separate from them. He has to bow down to them and apologize.
And he made a documentary basically talking about the same thing.
Pull up the last video that's in there, and let's see what Amari Stoudemire said a few years ago.
Did he just publicly sell out and nobody knew?
Yes.
Yeah.
The last one in there.
He been so.
Man,
Go
there's
ahead.
gonna be a lot of blood in the streets when
I
Christ
don't know
come
what
back.
Amalek
Play the
did to
video,
him.
man. We gotta go. Play it. We gotta go.
Be in the streets.
Play it.
Damn.
What did Amalek
The last one.
As we all know, with the African American community, we are being somewhat attacked culturally, physically, and mentally.
We are being attacked.
I decided to put a quick letter together. I feel like it's very important for us as athletes, entertainers, and so forth.
Athletes, entertainers, pause it real quick. The same people that Kyrie and Kanye are trying to reach, right? Keep playing.
Our community in a positive way.
Hold on. He said he's trying to impact the community in a what? Positive way. Same thing Kyrie said. For my people. Play.
Yeah.
King, America is essentially a dream. From the looks of things, the so-called African American community appears to be walking with their eyes wide shut. As for our forefathers, they were brought to this nation as slaves, and we are suffering from a serious identity crisis. In one generation, we were called or referred to as colored, then Negroes, Afro-American, blacks, and eventually African Americans. Who are we, people?
Oh! Hey!
But this is not by accident. This is the hand of God, as it is written. In Deuteronomy 28, verse 36 through 37.
And he quoted scripture.
The Lord will bring you and the king which was set over you into a nation which you nor your fathers have known. And there you will serve other gods, wood and stone. And you will become an astonishment, a proverb, and a byword among all nations where the Lord will lead you.
Wow.
And this is one scripture.
Oh, he got
out of the
more.
entire Bible. I can show you plenty more. With that being said, I ask that this be viewed not merely as a statement, but as a call to action. In the near future, I'll be sponsoring a community development roundtable meeting with some other concerned, proactive community leaders.
I'm going to take this to other black people and tell them they Israelites. Go ahead.
It's time that we stop thinking as individual persons and begin to mobilize as a unified people.
Okay, go to the other one that's in there. Because y'all can watch this. So just YouTube Amari Stoudemire.
Yeah,
that was 7 years ago.
7 years ago?
Yeah.
Okay, go to the other one now.
The other one is 2021.
Whoa.
Crazy.
Play it. Play it, man.
It's going to be a lot of blood for these traders,
Like,
man.
listen,
Go ahead.
this is a space where none of us is.
That look like. Hey, hold on. Wait a minute.
Wait
a minute. Go back a little bit.
All it.
Play it. Go ahead, play it.
Wait
I'm
a
telling you
minute.
what.
This is a
Get ready.
space
Hit
where
space.
none of us is.
He's still on
It's space bar. Wait a minute. Hey.
Champs.
That's Drake Champs.
That's
Hey.
champs.
Amari Stoudemire was on Drake Champs.
Halfway. Take a few steps back.
You
ain't got the answers, man.
Wow.
Got the answer.
God is good.
God is good. Hey, it's nothing that is hid that shall not be revealed.
Dang.
Let it play. Let it play. Let it play.
Listen.
To this day?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, and the African Americans that were brought here as slaves are Israelites. So let me go here now, plant a seed here, build this program here, so that way now that we're returning back to our land, so then now, I built that whole little infrastructure. So there's a whole different level of like learning.
Pause it. Now look at this. He sounds pro-black.
Right.
He sounds anti-Semitic as hell,
Right.
don't he?
Right.
But guess what happened? Now go back and go to the other video after that one where we just hated.
So when he's pro-black, he's wearing street clothes. But now when he's selling
you
out,
see his
he
whole
put on a
appearance.
suit.
Now go back
His whole
to it.
appearance changed.
Go back to it. The other one.
The news one.
There you
Now
go.
go to the other one. The other video. The next one. Play it.
To the Nets handling of Kyrie. Amari Stoudemire, six-time All-Star, joining the conversation. Amari, you bring a very unique perspective. Obviously, we all know the success you had with Nash on the court, and then you were an assistant on the Nets, and also you're a black man who is Jewish. What was your reaction to Kyrie?
I mean, my initial reaction was, what I've noticed throughout the years of Kyrie is that he's a guy who's really trying to find his identity, right? He's on this quest of searching for information and knowledge, and while acquiring this type of information, you got to be more mindful of doing more research, checking your sources, reviewing before you actually, promote
Disseminating
anything.
it.
Right, exactly. And I think that's something that Kyrie's probably lacking right now, is that he's not really doing the full vetting of what he's promoting.
Pause
I think
it. You know what that full vetting means? Is what he's actually saying? You have stepped out of line.
Right.
You didn't make the necessary calls
There you go.
of the people that you need to talk to where they will accept you and you can come into this money, nigga.
You didn't check in.
You didn't check in.
You remember saying, look at this. You ain't check in.
Check in. Hey, Cal, I'm going to tell you straight up. I can't take somebody
Wait a
serious
minute.
who has some Edomite nuts on their sack.
Oh, man. Yeah, I remember that
I
clip.
can't take that dude serious, man.
You put Amalek on his back?
Yeah.
You put Amalek on his back?
Yeah,
he did.
In the back of Amalek's mind, he like, that's my good going.
But Cap, you know what happens? These brothers, what they do is, because when they first, because the Israelites this is where this information is coming from. The Lord put the Spirit on the Israelites to understand this Bible, and we teaching this Bible. And a lot of these high-profile brothers are hearing this information from us. And then the word is caught up in them where it, it's burning, and they have to say something.
Yes.
Right.
Eventually it's the Lord.
Yeah, that's what it is.
And they didn't take the proper counsels to say, you know what? Let me take it this direction.
Yeah.
And they get caught up.
But that happens to
That's
all of
all
us,
of
though.
us, yes.
Give me that in Jeremiah chapter 20.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we are seeing with Kyrie and Kanye has happened to all of us when you was filled with the Spirit of the Lord. Happened to me, Cap Severus, happened to all of us. We wanted everybody to know what we knew. That's biblical, what they doing. Jeremiah 20, and I want you to read verse 9.
Jeremiah chapter 20 and verse 9. Then I said, I will not make mention of him, nor speak any more in his name.
That's how they feel when they get cast down by their own people, right? Read on.
But his word was in mine heart as a burning fire, shut up in my bones.
Read.
and I was weary with forbearing, and I could not stay.
I was weary. You know what that means? It hurt to keep this understanding inside.
Right.
I had to say something. Say it again.
You lose sleep.
Yes.
I remember when I first learned it, man. I couldn't sleep.
Yep.
I wanted to learn everything.
Everything.
Oh man.
I told y'all before, man. When I first learned, I had my first Bible coming in the truth, Leviticus chapter 11. Every single verse is highlighted.
Yeah.
I highlighted the whole chapter, y'all. Damn, we ain't supposed to eat that. We ain't supposed to eat this.
Right.
I'm supposed to eat this right here. Oh, damn, I can't eat catfish no more. Damn, I can't eat. You can't eat no squid or nothing like that. I didn't know that. Highlighted the whole chapter. The word was down in me. I couldn't break. And once I highlighted the whole damn chapter, guess who? As soon as I woke up, hey, you know we can't eat that no more right there. Look at
you had to teach.
Look at all the read all that.
You had to teach.
I couldn't hold it down in me.
That's
but what happens when that word, when you are truly filled with the Spirit of God and that word, and he gives you that understanding and you come back to life, what happens around you? Verse 10.
For I heard the defaming.
Hold on. He did what?
I heard the defaming of many.
Kyrie has heard what?
The defaming of many.
Kanye has heard what?
The defaming of many.
All of us that have repented and said that we are Israelites and we ain't black no more. What did we hear?
The defaming of many.
Defame does. You niggas is crazy.
Right.
You black Hebrew Israelites, y'all cult. That's a defaming of many. And guess who the many is? It's not only the other nations, it's our people that defame us.
Right.
Those that we wanted to help so bad. They said, nigga, you crazy talking that. Keep reading in it though.
Yeah, here you go.
Fear on every side. Report, say they, and we will report it.
I dare you say something, and I'm going to go back to Massa.
Right.
Yeah.
I dare you to report what God told you. I'm going to go back and I'm going to tell Massa on you. I'm going to speak against you, Amari. Just last year. Yeah, we the real Israelites.
Right.
I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Oh, Kyrie, y'all want me to speak against Kyrie? I will do it.
It's showtime.
Showtime. Read on.
All my familiars watched from my halter.
They watched for me to fall. They watched for the white man to put me on public display and speak evil about me and call me an idiot when they ain't did the research they own damn self.
Right.
Shaq ain't did the research.
Ballhead.
Barkley ain't did the research.
Ballhead.
Bomani Jones ain't did the research.
Ballhead.
Stephen A ain't did the
A.
research.
That's another one.
Shannon Sharp ain't did the research. He admitted it on the show to a white man. He said, I ain't watched it myself.
Stupid as
I
hell.
ain't watched it either.
He said he could be telling the truth. I don't know.
Shannon
said that.
No, Skip Bayless, the white man said
the only one.
He said he could be telling the truth. I don't know. The black people automatically dismissed it, and they watched for his fall. They watched for the other nations and these Jewish people. They said it's only a matter of time before they make that nigga bow down, and I'm going to sit back and watch it. And that's what they did. And they said, as while we watching him, waiting on the fall to come, we're going to make sure that we solidify our place with our oppressor.
Right.
So when the overcoming scourge pass through, we will not be affected by it. Damn. Read on in there. Finish it out.
Yeah.
Peradventure, he will be enticed,
Uh-huh.
and we shall prevail against him, and we shall take our revenge on him.
I don't like that nigga anyway.
That's the revenge.
Yeah.
Entice meaning we're gonna rock you back to sleep. You're gonna go through the museum, okay? You're gonna agree with the contract, and then guess what? After you agree with it, look stupid in front of your people, guess what? Now we could continue the destruction.
Yep.
Hey,
you
that's
know
not sitting down with the rabbi, Calvin.
You
gotta sit down with the rabbi.
Hey, we got more to get to, man. We got more to get to. Keep playing in that. Keep playing in that video we was just on. Because somebody there got some sense, though. Play it.
Before you actually, promote
Disseminating
anything.
it.
Right, exactly. And I think that's something that Kyrie's probably lacking right now is that he's not really doing the full vetting of what he's promoting, and I think that's getting him into trouble.
Absolutely.
I want to get to Kyrie Irving in 1 second.
Listen to
but
him.
I want to make a bigger point that I think a lot of people have missed that is worth our attention and time.
This is heavy.
So, over the last several days, I've heard a lot of people come out and speak against Kyrie Irving, right? Which they should. I get it. On the lack of due diligence. I watched the entire film. I watched the entire thing. There's a lot of things in the film I disagree with, The curiosity
Pause
nature
it.
of it.
Damn. Sealed.
You see, he didn't say, I completely disagree with everything that was said in there. They let you know that when he watched it himself, his spirit bear witness with it. Give me that in Romans, man.
He understood it.
We don't understand what God is. God is doing a marvelous thing right before our eyes right here. We are witnessing the sealing of the saints in the last days.
There we go.
We might not know who it is.
Right.
God does, but we are witnessing the sealing of the saints before our eyes. He said, I don't completely disagree with everything.
Right.
Some of it I do. But there's some shit on there. I saw that, yeah, it makes sense.
It makes perfect sense.
Right. Read that in Romans, you know what I want, verse 8:16.
Romans chapter 8 and verse 16. The Spirit itself beareth witness with our spirit that we are the children of God.
This word of God bears witness with our spirit that we are the people of the book. Whenever we read it or when we see something that is bringing the scriptures to life visually, the spirit that is within us that has demanded that we answer the question, who are you, black man? Who are you? Your spirit bears witness, and it tells you inside of you, that's you is talking about. That's you right there. Come, and as God said, come back to me. I'm talking to you. That's you is speaking about right there. Go back to the video. Let's watch him.
I watched the entire thing. There's a lot of things in the film I disagree with. The curiosity nature of it is interesting. But I will say this. Where is that same attention and energy for the platform that is promoting it and profiting off it?
There you go, y'all.
I don't hear any of that talk around Jeff Bezos and Amazon.
Jeff Bezos, white man.
I don't hear anybody talking about that.
Now pause it real quick. I want to set this up. Now listen to him bring, y'all can drop it. Listen to him bring actual, factual, common sense to the whole melee going on with Kyrie.
Right.
Listen to him bring common sense, spiritual sense to the matter at hand. And look what happens. And y'all tell me if they didn't Toby him and pull out the whip. Watch this. Play it. No, what you doing? Go ahead.
Come on, man. Stick with us, man.
Play it.
Everybody's skewing their anger towards Kyrie for taking a picture of it and tweeting about it. Now, there deserves to be more context there from Kyrie. I think where Kyrie lost a lot of people is the unwillingness to go to the podium and expound upon the points that he learned from watching this. Right? And actually coming out and saying, I don't stand about calling Jewish people the devil. And there was a lot of misinformation. This is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
Hold on. Run it back real quick, because I don't know the play it.
Stand about calling Jewish people the devil. And there was a lot of misinformation, but this is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
Stop it. What the scriptures say?
Wow.
Give me that Sirach chapter 11, verse 7.
Bring it out.
Bring it out.
Look at this.
Bring
I want y'all to pay attention what just happened before our eyes, y'all. Sirach 11, verse 7.
The book of Sirach, chapter 11 and verse 7. Blame not before thou hast examined the truth. Understand first and then rebuke.
Read on.
Answer not before thou hast heard the cause. Neither interrupt men in the midst of their talk.
Especially if you're a woman. Don't interrupt a man in the midst of his talking. Go back to the video, run it back a little bit, and look what just happened when this slave started to make sense and was about to awaken the people. Go back to it. Play it.
Upon the points that he learned from watching this. Right? And actually coming out and saying, I don't stand about calling Jewish people the devil. And there was a lot of misinformation, but this is my main point from watching this. But I go back to the bigger macro point.
She cut him off in pause. Mid-sentence.
Wow.
You know she got queued up.
In her ear. Cut the nigga off.
Go.
Stop him right now, Molly. Now listen to what. Listen, that's her name. Her name's Molly. But listen to what she says. Play it.
Irresponsible, even if you have curiosity, It is
I agree with you, Molly.
irresponsible to amplify messages from Hitler.
I agree.
That's what he
Right.
stated.
So
when did Kyrie do that?
That's not. I just want to make that
No,
clear.
when
You
did
didn't
Kyrie
allude to
do that?
But ever, under any circumstance.
Yes, so why is it on a major platform? Why is
here
a
we go.
major platform
Listen,
amplifying?
good question.
Kyrie amplified it, the 14.7
I'm not defending
million.
them
I understand.
either.
I think that's a great point. But the platform is profiting and promoting it to billions of people.
Right.
So the anti-Semitism, that is a thing. And I've called a lot of my Jewish friends. We have talked about this. I get it. Kyrie Irving deserves a lot of heat. Then put heat towards something where it deserves it too. And that's on the platform. And I feel like that whole thing is being missed here.
Real quick.
Come on, man.
Because remember, who is it? Jeff Bezos is the billion. He's
There
a
you go.
billionaire.
Billionaire.
And Kyrie's just small potatoes, y'all.
Yep.
So bring everybody to the table.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't seen not one. No one called him out. Called Jeff Bezos out.
No.
Nobody, because everything that's his platform.
Yeah. And you know why they ain't called him out? Because he's white, just like them.
He's the rich man.
And they make money from his platform
There you go.
called Amazon.
Right.
And the Jewish man ain't gonna speak evil about his cash cow. Deflect all the attention on the nigga that is promoting that because it was hidden. And he is bringing it to light. We can't let it happen.
Right. So Cap, AKA, we make money off of this, but you can't.
You can't come back to your God off of it.
Yeah, that's the most important part, because the fact that he's black, he's looking into his history. He's like, nah, we can't have that. He's influencing other people to look into their history.
There you go.
Hey, Cap, just one thing. I'm just gonna veer off, but it still flows within the point. Did y'all know that Adidas was founded by a Nazi German dude?
No,
but
I didn't know that.
They willing to cut off Kanye West for speaking.
But they didn't mention where they came from.
Well, but where they came from. They like to keep stuff hidden.
Yeah. Now go to the other video, cause it's some, and this dude's a coon, but it's some spiritual eyes that are being opened in this thing. They're on ESPN talking about black people being the real Jews. You know how many niggas sit in the barbershop and watch ESPN and are talking about Kyrie and Kanye saying we the real Jews, and it's going down the line. Yeah, that's who we are. They might not got the skin, the breath in them, but yeah, that's who we are. We the originals. We the real. I see them all the time. Them purple niggas all they. But they crazy. But what they talking about is true.
You just said something. The two major main influences that so-called blacks, Hispanics deal with is rap music and sports.
There you go. And what God using? Both of them to wake us up. The Most High is an infinite
He's a genius.
He's beyond. It ain't even a word from the Most High.
Nope.
The scriptures say what's it say?
Omnipotent.
Omnipotent.
Yeah.
His wisdom is deeper than the ocean and further than the daggone space can be measured. Now go to the other video, Jason Whitlock.
Got to explain to me why Kyrie Irving is on the front lines if this documentary is this anti-Semitic. Why is Kyrie Irving on the front line and not Jeff Bezos?
Right.
And Amazon. Kyrie Irving's not going to make a dime off of this documentary. Kyrie Irving didn't put the documentary together. He didn't put it on Amazon. And so this whole outrage over Kyrie Irving seems completely dishonest to me.
It is.
Because if this documentary is as negative and as harmful as they're arguing, why wouldn't you take it up with Jeff Bezos and Amazon? That's who platformed it. That's who's profiting from it. He retweeted the graphic image that was probably taken from Amazon and Jeff Bezos' corporation. Damn it, you got to explain to me.
Okay, you can cut it.
Right there. Let me get it.
Yeah, go break it up, Cal.
Get Sirach 13 and 22 quick. I don't want Cap to lose his point.
Sirach chapter 13 and verse 22.
This is what we experiencing right here. Go ahead.
When a rich man is fallen, he hath many helpers.
He has many helpers. Go ahead.
He speaketh things not to be spoken.
He speaketh things not to be spoken. Okay, come on.
And yet men justify him.
Do what?
Yet men justify him.
They justify him. Go ahead.
Cold precept.
The poor man slipped And yet they rebuked him too.
They do what?
They rebuked him too.
Read.
He spake wisely and could have no place.
He can't have no place, y'all.
Kyrie spoke wisely.
Right.
We the original people. I know who I am. Hebrews to we Israelites and turned into Negroes.
Right.
But nobody wants to hear him. No. Read on verse 23 though.
Verse 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth his tongue. And look, what he saith, they extol it to the clouds.
Even if it's a lie, they extol it to the clouds.
Dang.
Go ahead.
But if the poor man speak, they say, what fellow is this?
Who's this nigga over here? Who's it? Who taught you how to read?
Right. Yep. Right.
Who that nigga on that nan?
Wait a minute.
Ain't he supposed to just shut up and dribble?
Damn.
Who is this? Read on.
And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him.
Think that what our own
That's
people
what they
did?
right there.
Yep.
They are helping to overthrow him. And look at this. Little Scrappy, he been watching.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know, Officer Lemuel look like a little fake little Scrappy, don't he?
Damn.
Just notice that. Watch when we play it. He noticed what they've been doing to him.
Yeah, he kind of
Play the video.
I feel what he's saying. I feel it. I really, I was telling my people, I feel like black people is the worst when it comes to criticism.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they will see all the other races jump on this one black person, and then they gonna go jump on them too, knowing that these people been killing us and they've been doing everything, and then these people say, "Oh, look what he's doing to the Jews." And Cuz said, "Well, black people were the first Jews. Woo! We can go in, let's go back." And but when he said that, because none of the Jews never want to say, let's talk about the they be like, no, because we don't even know about this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't know about this, but it's 12 tribes. It's 12 tribes that was, and when you say 12 tribes, those are the 12 tribes that's still going on to this day.
Wow. He been watching.
You know what I'm saying? Same tribes. It's the Asian, black, white, got a whole bunch of you know what I'm saying? So it like, when he went on that rant, he was trying to say something, but he just didn't know how to say it the right way. I feel it.
Pause it. We know who Lil Scrappy been watching, ain't he?
There you go.
He been watching the Israelites. Man, give me that in Isaiah chapter 29, verse 14. Isaiah 29, 14, and then I want to go to Psalms real quick, man. All praise to the Most High that he called us out of that darkness into his marvelous light, and we are witnessing him do the same thing to our brothers and sisters all over the earth. Read that in Isaiah 29, 14.
Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, I will proceed to do a marvelous work.
He's doing a what?
A marvelous work.
The Most High is doing a marvelous work. Where you don't want to listen to the ones that he called. They've been doing it for 30 years, like Bishop Nathaniel and Bishop Yawasah, Bishop Kanai, and the deacons. And you don't want to listen to the captains and say, you don't want to listen to them. Okay, all right. Well, I'm going to do a marvelous work before your eyes. I'm going to put it on, God said I'm going to put it on every single network, and it's going to be the talk of the town.
Right.
And when Kanye fizzle out, Kyrie, get back on it.
Dang.
Kyrie, speak up.
Yep.
The angel whispered in his ear, speak on behalf of God. Post it. Because remember, the ways of a man's goings are of the Lord.
Right.
You know, scripture say when he sleepeth,
God seals the instructions. God said, I'm going to do a marvelous work. Read on.
Among this people, even a marvelous work and a wonder. For the wisdom of their wise men shall perish, and the understanding of their prudent men shall be hid.
God's going to put those prudent are your doctors and your, the pathetics, the ones that think they got some knowledge above the Israelites because we didn't go to them white man's theology school. Right. God said, I'm going to hide that. I'm going to shun that. And everybody's going to watch the Israelites on the earth when they drop videos, when they do Sabbath classes on it. They're going to tune into it. And I'm going to hide that, and that stuff's going to perish from off the earth because he's going to do this. Psalms chapter 50, and I want you to read verse 20. Why is he doing this? 20, give me 20 and go to 21. 50 and 21.
Psalms chapter 50 and verse 21.
Bring it out.
These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such an one as thyself.
They really thought that they was the people of God.
Right, right.
They thought Jesus was a white man. They thought God's a white man with dog hair looking like damn Charles Manson sitting on the throne of the heavens.
The hell is this?
No, he ain't you. He ain't one of you. Read on.
But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes.
That's what God is doing right now.
Right.
You know how he set us in order? Who in the hell would have thought that little Scrappy knows it's 12 tribes of Israel and that they are still upon the earth today, just like it's white people, it's Asian people on the earth today. Little Scrappy says, hey man, we are crabs in a barrel against our own people. Where's all the 12 tribes? They ain't gone no more. They still here. Who would have thought that he would be setting in order Little Scrappy? I don't know. I forget the songs that he used to do back in the day. Huh?
You don't want no problems.
Oh, I'm surprised you remember that. You need to repent, Kevin.
Got him.
Go to the image that he said, that Little Scrappy said.
Wow, man, we are def the number one who go against each other. But y'all ain't gonna say nothing about them folks that be trashing us and doing it since the beginning of time.
Woo! Damn.
Y'all more on him than our oppressors.
Wow.
Yay messed up, but we even more effed up for loving his fall. That's hate.
That's heavy.
Oh,
Yay messed up. Go back to it real quick. Yay messed up. But we even more effed up for loving his fall. That's hating. Can you give me 1 Maccabees chapter 11, verse 21? This proves that we the Israelites.
Right.
When somebody stood up on behalf of us to deliver us, just like Moses did, we said, who is you, nigga, to try to deliver us from oppression? Who you think you are? You want a prince set over us?
Right.
You ain't nobody. Read that in 1 Maccabees 11:21.
1 Maccabees chapter 11 and verse 21. Then certain ungodly persons who hated their own people.
Who did what?
Hated their own people.
Israelites hate their own people. Scrappy just said it, man. We sat here and we watched his downfall and we loved it when they did embarrass him in front of everybody. You've been hating your own people and loving the oppressor since the ancient times. Read on.
Went unto the king and told him that Jonathan besieged the tower.
Hey man, Kyrie trying to stand up for his people. Y'all better say something to him. Go to what Charleston Heston said about what's going on with Kanye and Kyrie. Play that video real quick.
We watched come up out of Chicago. Not only that, the only who I've ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free.
That's true.
The only entertainer I ever seen advocate for Larry Hoover to be free. Lil Durk ain't done it.
Charleston White.
So here go Ye. He stand up. We all saying, yeah, he right. But boy, when they grab that baddest, that's always been a tactic. You take the baddest,
Willie Lynch,
bring him out in front of all the slaves, and you tie him up and you whoop him, 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 and you whoop him,
That eye still lazy.
and you whoop him, and you whoop him, and you keep whooping him in front of all these slaves. This y'all baddest one, y'all richest one. He gonna stand up to us, and we all sit there and watch. Don't nobody join in. No celebrity, no entertainer. Jay-Z punk ass turned on him. A billionaire.
Look at that.
Take a few steps back.
They sat there and watched him, and then they did this. Go to the next image. They sat there and watched him. All of our brothers that stood up on behalf of us and said that we the real Jews that the Bible speaks of, because they actually read it themselves.
That's right.
And they spirit bear witness with it. And that's what we do. Our spirit bear witness with it. And God said, freely you have received, freely you shall give. And look what they saying about us on the internet. Pull it up. Zoom in on it. Look what Willie Earl Sparrow. Willie Earl Sparrow Jr.
That's a slave name.
That's a slave ass name. Look at that. Read what it say.
Maybe they have the purple and gold version too.
The who?
The purple and gold version too.
The Israelites, Israel united in Christ.
Yeah.
Read
They get on my nerves every single HBCU game.
You damn right, because we there. We in the chief place of concourse.
Probably
Thus
see your
saith
mama
the
over there,
Lord.
too.
That's right. Read on.
They need to go to PWI events.
I don't know what the hell that is. Go ahead.
They have more people.
Look how they mock Kyrie for saying that we are the Israelites and tried to draw them near to God. Look how they mock him. Black Hebrew Israelite, unvaxxed, flat earther, yells on street corners, adult-sized costume.
Wow. Wow.
That's scriptural.
That's crazy.
Give me that in Wisdom of Solomon real quick, man. We got some more to get through, man. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And is that what I want? Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. And I want you to, is that what I want? Let me see. No, Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 1. And I want you to read verse,
Yes. Bring it out.
verse 12.
Wisdom of Solomon.
Chapter 2, verse 12.
Chapter 2 and verse 12.
Read.
Therefore,
Bring it out.
let us lie in wait for the righteous, because he is not for our turn, and he is clean contrary to our doings.
He ain't caught up in the evil that we doing. He's showing up at the damn HBCU games, telling us to keep the Sabbath day holy, telling our women to put on some clothes and take out that damn white woman weave in your hair, and telling these damn boys to man up and stop switching like a damn woman. Read on.
He upbraideth us with our offending the Lord, and objecteth to our infamy, the transgressings of our education.
Read on.
He professeth to have the knowledge of God.
Come over here and listen. Go ahead.
And he calleth himself the child of the Lord.
He say, I'm an Israelite. Read on. Read on 14, 15.
He was made to reprove our thoughts.
You damn right. Like Bishop said last week, he don't know about Kanye, but we was born for this.
That's right.
We was made to reprove your wicked ass thoughts. Kanye might be too. We don't know. Only time will tell. Read on.
He is grievous unto us, even to behold.
We don't even want to see him. Let that nigga simmer down.
Damn.
And we're going to show you how grievous he is to behold. Keep reading.
For his life is not like other men.
He don't sin like us.
His ways are of another fashion.
He celebrate Passover instead of Easter.
Right.
He keep the Feast of Dedication instead of damn Christmas. Who this nigga think he is? Who that nigga on that nan?
We better celebrate our feet.
Go back now. Watch this. Go to the other video. Look what Reggie Miller said. Just pull up the article. It's an article. Pull it up. Look what Reggie Miller said. I gotta get through this stuff. Go to it. Bear with me, Captain Shim, y'all. Bear with me, sir. Please, sir. Have mercy on me. Read that real quick.
Reggie Miller wonders where NBA players are in midst of Kyrie Irving controversy. It's been crickets.
Where you at, pro-black ass LeBron James?
Right.
Where you at, all these Black Lives Matter T-shirts?
He actually put on fringes at one point.
At one point? Where you at? We're turning your shirt inside out, Chris Paul.
Right.
Where you at to defend Kyrie when the whole NBA is coming against your brother? Right. Where you at to stand up for him and say, hey, I don't agree with what he's saying, but he does have the right to the freedom of speech.
Right. Bring it out.
Where you at? How come you ain't talking about Jeff Bezos? Right. Where you at? Why ain't you defending your brother? Why are you standing against the blood of thy neighbor like the scriptures say you ain't supposed to do? Damn. Woo!
I know where they at. They auditioning.
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 That's
for
the
next.
Levi.
For the next Band of the Apes movie.
You right. Yep. But look what happens when you keep having all of this against you. And pull it up. I'm gonna tell you what's happening right now. Pull it up. Read that real quick.
Kyrie Irving issues joint statement with ADL saying, I admit the negative impact of my post. Commits $500,000 donation to eradicate hate.
I'm going to tell you right now, that's smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
Right. Somebody that was close to him said, hey, man, Kyrie, man, just take the heat off your back and just tell him that you see the negative impact and you're not against hate. Just put something out there that puts you in a good light again, man. Somebody close to him said that.
Yeah.
You know how we know that? Because when he sat on that podium, he said, hey, man, I got a whole army against with me. I'm only going to get stronger. A man that speaks like that does not turn around the next day or two and say, hey, I admit for the eradicate, I'm going to give you $500,000. Somebody close to him that got influence told him to say that. Cause we're gonna prove it, or why that wasn't in his spirit. That came from somebody else. Now read the next thing on it. What it says, the little image I got.
Come on,
pull it up.
Look what go ahead.
Worth noting, Kyrie does not flat out say, I'm sorry or I apologize.
He didn't say I'm sorry or I apologize.
Yeah, he did.
I understand who I heard. Go ahead.
Which has some people saying his statement and donation isn't enough.
You know who said his statement and his donation of $500,000 ain't enough? Go to the next image. Where you at? Oh, where we go?
Where we at?
Okay.
Next image, y'all.
Yeah, pull it up. That's who said it?
At Nike.
Nike said it wasn't enough. Nike said him giving $500,000 ain't enough. They came out and said what?
We believe there is no place for hate speech, and we condemn any form of anti-Semitism.
They said him saying that and giving him money wasn't enough.
Wicked ass.
And now look at this. Look at this, y'all. Remember I just said that it's smoke and mirrors. That ain't him talking. Somebody told him to put that out there.
Orchestrated.
Play the next video and look and show how the word is burning down in Kyrie's bones. Play it.
Hindsight, are you sorry for the hurt that you're
Are you sorry?
I take my responsibility for posting that.
He didn't say I'm
Some
sorry.
things
I take
are
responsibility.
Questionable in there, untrue. Like I said, and the first time you guys asked me when I was sitting on that stage, I don't believe everything that everybody posts. It's a documentary. So I take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver wanted to hear the word I apologize, or in your mind you said I didn't mean to cause any harm.
Say sorry, nigga.
Bow
I
down.
didn't mean to cause any harm. I'm not the one that made the documentary.
Damn.
What are the specific things in the documentary that you don't believe
That's
are
I
true?
accept the consequences for what I've done. That's it.
I think some of the criticism of the Jewish faith in the community, for sure. Some points made in there that were unfortunate.
Kyrie, are you surprised that you did hurt people?
Surprised that I did hurt people?
Are you surprised that reaction and some of the things that you did hurt people?
Yeah, I think I can ask a better question. It's just, where were you when I was a kid, figuring out that 300 million of my ancestors are buried in America?
Damn!
Where were you guys asking those same questions when I was a kid, learning about the traumatic events of my familial history and what I'm proud to come from and why I'm proud to stand here?
He's talking about the Native Americans being killed.
Right.
That's
Go ahead.
When I repeat myself that I'm not going to stand down, it has nothing to do with dismissing any other race or group of people. I'm just proud of my heritage and what we've been through. And the fact that this has pinned me against the Jewish community. And I'm here answering questions of whether or not I'm sorry or not. It's something I didn't create. And it was something I shared. And I'm telling everybody I'm taking responsibility. Then that's where I sit. So, you know, these same questions that you guys ask, me dealing with it as being a melanated, pigmented person all around the world and dealing with racial biases against my skin color, demeaning me because of my religious beliefs.
Woo!
And I'm still sitting in the seat standing. So I take my full responsibility. Again, I'll repeat it, for posting something on my Instagram or Twitter that may have had some unfortunate falsehoods in it. But I also am a human being that's 30 years old, and I've been growing up in a country that's told me that I wasn't worth anything. I come from a slave class, and I come from a people that are meant to be treated the way we get treated every day. So
He said that
I'm not here to.
I'm coming from a people that say that I'm a nothing but a nigga, and I shouldn't esteem. I shouldn't
stood up.
I shouldn't try to be anything else than the niggas you say we are. That's what you portray. It's what you tell me. That's what you telling me right now. When as I posted this, you saying that I can't stand on my feet and be a man of God, an Israelite. Read on. Play on.
Be treated the way we get treated every day. So I'm not here to compare anyone's atrocities or tragic events that their families have dealt with generations of time. I'm just here to continue to expose things that our world continues to put in darkness. I'm a light. I'm a beacon of light. That's what I'm here to do. You guys ask me questions about basketball.
That's right.
I give you my expert opinion. You guys ask me about other things. I give you my opinion, and it's met with whatever you believe the perception or the deception is. You guys investigate my life every day, and you justify it by serving your own purpose, which I honor. I would like the same respect in return, figuring out just like anyone else. So please keep that same energy when we're talking about anti-other things, because just because I post a documentary doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic, and doesn't mean that I'm automatically standing with everyone that
Skip through it a little bit.
is believing in this. And I study. I know the Oxford Dictionary. You look it up, right?
Go back a little bit.
Dismiss.
Go ahead.
And I'm proud of who I am. Any label that you put on me, I'm able to dismiss because I study. I know the Oxford Dictionary. You look it up, right? Just one of the biggest mistakes I had in being a kid was not knowing European or Western language until I started looking it up and understanding the definitions and why they say, if you want to trick a black person, put it in the book. I was wondering my whole life why they said that. Now I'm 30 years old and I know reading is a superpower. This helps me understand where I'm
Seek
going.
ye
and where I
out
come
the
from.
book of the Lord and read.
Kyrie,
That's right.
The documentary listed among falsehoods. It said the Holocaust didn't happen. Do you
Again,
believe the
those
Holocaust
falsehoods are unfortunate. And it's not that I don't believe in the Holocaust. I never said that. Never, ever have said it. It's not come out of my mouth. I never tweeted it. I never liked anything like it. So the Holocaust in itself is an event.
Skip through a little
means
bit.
something to a garbage. No one said that. And emotionally, and it's still going on. And you guys are asking me respectfully to speak on something that was a documentary that I had nothing to do with. I didn't make it. So just please keep that same energy when you guys are addressing me.
Kyrie, for the record, do you have any anti-Semitic beliefs?
Listen.
Again, I'm going to repeat. I don't know how the label becomes justified because you guys ask me the same questions over and over again. But this is not going to turn into a spin around cycle.
Here we go.
Questions upon questions. I told you guys how I felt. I respect all walks of life and embrace all walks of life. That's where I sit.
I think what people want to hear, though, is just a yes or no on that question. Yes or no.
I cannot be anti-Semitic if I know where I come from.
Damn. Woo!
Damn. That's right.
I can't be anti-Semitic because I know where I come from.
Standing in his
Now,
square.
let's go through these real
right.
quick. Pull them up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. Watch this. Watch this. Now look at this. For him not saying I'm sorry, for him not bowing down so they can walk over him. Look what just happened. Breaking news. Play it.
Day in Brooklyn, where Kyrie Irving spoke to reporters for the first time since he and the Nets put out a lengthy statement that didn't include an explicit apology from Irving. So here's Kyrie in his entirety today.
A week of
Skip all that. Go to the white dude.
Things. It's a documentary, so take my responsibility.
It seems like Adam Silver.
I was informed that they wanted to have a meeting, and we handled it.
Kyrie, have any?
Shortly before Irving spoke today, NBA Commissioner Adam Silver issued a statement saying Irving made a, quote, reckless decision to post a link to a film containing deeply offensive anti-Semitic material. He added he is, quote, disappointed that he has not offered an unqualified apology and will be meeting with Irving in the next week. This is the first time that any statement from the team, from the league, or the PA has specifically addressed Irving. Here now with Janae Agumake, Richard Jefferson.
And then what they do? They keep playing it. Listen.
Vince Carter and our guest, Rabbi Erez Sherman.
They
from
brought a
Sinai
white
Temple
dude
here
over
in
there.
Los Angeles. Thank you so much.
And
for
look
being
who's
here.
all around him.
Rabbi,
Pause it. Look who's all around him.
Jake.
Black.
How, Sway?
Destroy this nigga.
You ain't got the answers, man.
Hey, Cap, that's like the deadly the nuke. Bring in the rabbi.
There you go. And I want all black people to be here to denounce what he says so nobody else will believe it.
Right.
Now, I want you to pull up what they just did because he did not bow down to them. Pull it up.
One thing they trying to. Okay, go ahead.
Read that, officer.
Net's statement on Kyrie Irving. We are of the view that he is currently unfit to be associated with the Brooklyn Nets.
He's unfit. He's beside himself. He's gone crazy. Go ahead.
We have decided that Kyrie will serve a suspension without pay until he satisfies.
Until he what?
Satisfies.
A
series of objective remedial measures.
Whoa!
Take a tour.
Isaiah 51.
Cap, they trying to label him as crazy, just like Kanye West. That's it.
They said that he is unfit to be around us, and you will no longer see one of our top slaves until he passes the reprogramming.
There you go, the reprogramming.
Gotta be reprogrammed.
Sound like he going
And
back
then
into
we'll
the
put
Matrix.
him back in front of you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he would not do this.
Right.
Isaiah 51:23.
Isaiah chapter 51 and verse 23. But I will put it into the hand of them that afflict thee, which have said to thy soul, bow down.
That's what they said to Kyrie, and he didn't do it. He didn't bow down. Read on.
That's right. That we may go over. And thou hast laid thy body as the ground, and as the street to them that went
Shaq,
over.
Charles Barkley, Bomani James, Stephen A, and all the other niggas.
Right.
That laid their body to the ground so these Jewish people can walk over you with your history that you know is true. But this is what God, those that have the Spirit of God in them, this is what we do instead of laying down. Jump back up to verse 17.
Verse 17. Awake. Awake.
That's what we do. We woke up out of the damn deep sleep that they put us in. And we did what when we woke up?
Stand up.
We did what?
Stand up.
I'm still laying down on the damn ground with our belly on the ground so they can walk over us. We did what?
Stand up.
We stood the hell up and said we Israelites.
Right.
That's right.
We the real people of the book.
Right.
We the ancient Jews.
That's
right. And we gonna keep on telling your ass that until Christ come back. And we don't care if you don't believe it. We don't care how many of our people turn against us, because God already told us that it's gonna happen, and they're gonna turn us and kill us just like they did the disciples and the prophets.
That's right.
We know it's coming, but we got a greater reward for standing on behalf of God instead of standing on behalf of our oppressor. Read on in that.
O Jerusalem, which has drunk at the hand of the Lord the cup of his fury.
The slavery we've been going through. Go ahead.
Thou hast drunken the dregs of the cup of trembling and wrung them out.
God has wrung them out. He's gave us all of the worst that we could possibly have here in this place. And it might get worse, but what we got to do is trust in God, cleave unto him, and stand against the evildoers of this world. And Christ has promised us that we'll receive a crown of glory and eternal life when he makes his second coming.
Shalom, this is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. I have an important message about your leaders in the Christian church. Your bishops, pastors, reverends, and ministers are all lying to you and leading you straight to damnation. The truth is, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans are the biblical Israelites, according to Deuteronomy chapter 28. Jesus Christ is a black man with white wool hair, according to Revelation chapter 1, verses 14 and 15. We as the Israelites must keep the commandments in the faith of Christ to receive salvation, as it is written in Revelation chapter 14, verse 12. I've challenged and debated Christian authorities all over the world on these issues. Not one of them has been able to negate this truth. Your pastors have led you astray, worshiping pagan holidays and false gods, just as in the days of old. So join us on our mission to restore the true nation of Israel before the decree goes forth. The work is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Visit our website at israelunite.org or call us at 855-484-4842 to learn more and visit our schools. Shalom.